Hello everyone, I'm Nidhi Sharma and here I am with the next lesson, that is basics of HTML part 1. So in this lesson I'll be telling you about the basic things and very basic concepts about HTML. Okay, so let's begin with the introduction. HTML is a markup language. Okay, that means uh, no calculation part is done in HTML. It is basically used to design or display the web pages only, right? Second thing is that it is case insensitive language. That means if you write HTML in capitals, then it's the same as you write HTML in small letters, right? So whether you want to go with capital letters or small letter, it's completely fine, because it really doesn't matter, because it is case insensitive language. Next is it ignores white spaces. Now what does this mean? You see, sometimes whenever we write a code, we end up giving more space between the values or maybe attributes, right? So in HTML, the best part is that whether you give 5 spaces or 1 space, that space will be treated as single space only. So it ignores every other white space but accepts only single blank space. So this is a huge advantage of using HTML actually, right? Next is that it comprises of tags. Now in HTML is basically a tag based language. In this you will come across opening and closing tags. Like in this example, you can see in this example, this is HTML. This HTML is open tag, and this HTML followed with forward slash is known as closed tag. Okay, now open tags don't need a closed tag. Now not every open tag needs a closing tag. Okay, for example, this HR tag, this is known as horizontal tag, right? So this horizontal tag is basically used to draw two horizontal lines like a spacing. I'll show you one example of horizontal tag in the next slides. Okay, second is this break tag. Now this tag also does not need any other closing tag. This is basically line break. Okay, if you want to like, let's assume that in first line I have written my name is Nidhi Sharma. Okay, now what I want to write another line in line number 2. So for this purpose I'll be using break line tag, because HTML is a language which follows this sequence of the code. If you have written anything in a particular sequence, then HTML will follow that sequence only. So if you want to change the sequence, or you want to insert new lines in different lines, whatever, for everything you need to mention it using tags. Third tag is image source tag. Here img, okay, here img means image, src means source, image source equals to url. In url you will be writing the name of the image. For example, if I have saved an image named as cobble.jpg. jpg is image format. So if I want to insert that image into my web page, so I'll write image source equals to cobble.jpg in double quotes. Okay, and this tag also does not need any closing tags. These are 3 examples of open tags. Apart from these, there are more examples, there are more tags that do not require closing tags. Okay, and here this is comment tag. Okay, this is comment tag. Wait a second. Yeah, comment tag. Comment is something that is not displayed on the web page. Okay, we write comments so that if in future any other programmer comes and wants to review your work, then he can get some idea about what you have done in your worksheet with the help of comment tags, right? Now this is the basic structure. Now talking about the basic structure of HTML, basic structure of HTML usually follows with header, footer, navigation bar, and etc. But that thing is a bit complicated. So I have decided to introduce a very simple, very basic structure of HTML to you at this point. In the next video, in HTML part 2, I'll be telling you about, giving you an overview about that advanced and exact basic structure of HTML, right? So in this basic structure, you can see that in the first line, this doc type HTML, here I am mentioning that I am using that my document type is basically HTML, and I am using HTML language here. Now this HTML and this HTML closing tag, these two tags are basically known as entry and exit points, okay, of any HTML code or program you're going to write. In body tag, whatever you are writing in body tag, it will be printing as it is on the screen, okay. Now anything you write in this tag, body tag, is visible to user. Now there is one more tag, head tag, before body tag. Now whatever you write under head tag is not is like something, you can say that it is visible to user, but not always, okay. For example, sometimes we mention title in head tag, so that title is visible to the user, but meta char, the details about that title, that is not at all visible to the user. Now talking about the attributes. Now attribute basically provides additional information about an element, okay, and are always specified in the start tag. Now if you want to specify an attribute, if you want to add an attribute, then you will be adding that attribute in the starting tag, that means opening tag, not in the closing tag. Closing tag is only for the closing purpose. You can style your elements using the opening tags as well, and if you do such thing, then it is known as inline styling. Now in this name value pair, I have already mentioned you that attributes are always in the name value pair. Next is language attribute. This is the example of language attribute. Now I already mentioned that whenever you are going to use attributes, you need to use them in the opening tag. So you can see here I have used lang attribute in the HTML's opening tag only, and there is nothing in the closing tag of HTML, right? Now next is now language attribute. In this you are mentioning that the language that you are using is this. Next is title attribute. Title attribute is basically used to give the title of the page, of the web page. Style attribute is for styling your web pages, okay. Source attribute, I have already mentioned that it is basically used to display a picture, image, or video, anything. And there are more attributes, like table attribute is there, row attribute is there. I'll be telling you about them as well in this. Now this is a basic example. Here you can see the code. I have already explained this code to you in the previous slide, and this second image is the output of this code. Whatever I have written in the body tags is displayed as it is in the browser. And one more thing, whenever you're going to save your notepad, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that I am using notepad to write this code, and whenever you're going to save this code, make sure that you save it using the .html or .index format only, okay, extension, sorry, .html and .index extensions only. This is the title attribute. Here you can see I have mentioned the title in the head tag, and I have given the title Unacademy, and here this is the title that I was talking about. So this is the title that is displayed. Okay, now headings. Headings, they basically go from H1 to H6. H1 is for the most important headings and H6 is for the least important headings. H2 is a bit less important than H1. H3 is less important than H2 headings, and so on. And in this you can see that H1 style. This is the styling I have done. You don't need to see it right now. I'll be explaining this in the CSS lesson. And in this H1 I have written Unacademy, and it is displayed as this. Now this is an example of list. Okay, list is also another element of HTML, and it uses the tag li, like here you can see, and it is of two types basically. There are ordered list and unordered list. Ordered list are basically the ones, here you can see that ordered list uses the tag of ol, and unordered list uses the tag of ul. And here type is basically mentioning the like in unordered list I have used type circle, so it will be using circle symbol to represent the list. Wait a second, I'll just show you. Here this is unordered list and this is ordered list. In the type mentioned of ordered list, if you use alphabet, then it will be sorted according to the alphabets like A, B, C, D and so on. And in unordered list I have used circles. You can use anything, arrows, squares, any other shape. Okay, and this is the heading, welcome to Unacademy. This is the H1 heading, that is most important heading. Okay, and no, sorry, this is the heading, and this is the paragraph. Like here you can see I have mentioned it in the paragraph. P is basically used to mention paragraphs, and align means alignment. So you can see here the paragraph is at the center. Now table. Table has the opening tag of table. The tr means row, table row. Td means table data or cell, or it is basically used to fill in the informations. You can also consider it as a table column. Th is table header. Caption is basically used to mention table footer, like information. Whatever I'm going to write in the caption, it will be used as a footer. And this is the closing tag. This is the example, very common example. You can see this. I have mentioned the headings to be name and quantity. Then tr is mentioning the rows. Then td is columns, and I have filled them with the data. This is the output. Here this is the table output. I'm so sorry that I've used black color. It's not really visible. It is visible, I guess, but not that much attractive. Okay, so make sure to use good colors, like white could have worked better. And this is the line I was talking about, horizontal line for partitioning. Okay, and here fruits is the caption, and this is my row number 1, this is row number 2, and these are headers. You can also give borders to your table using the border element. This was all about this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, then make sure that you rate, review and share this video as well. Thank you so much. And yeah, one more thing, I'll be posting second lesson within 1 or 2 days. Yeah, thank you.